Hey.
Hey.
Wait. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Sophie.
I'm Lindsay.
And we're the S&L Show.
Show.
It's been a few weeks since we did this.
Yeah.
What, like 2, 3? 2.5?
The week before New Year's. It was a couple days before New Year's.
Yeah, so like 2 weeks and a half. Oh.
Real.
And wow, has a lot happened in that amount of time.
Real.
Yeah. So, we are back in Tampa, as you can tell by our beautiful scenery. And school started. We just finished our first week of school. We're about to start our second week of school tomorrow. Oh, I have class at 9:30 tomorrow.
Wait, no. It's MLK tomorrow. You get class off.
I completely... No school tomorrow. But work on Tuesday. But that's okay.
You're gone?
I have work on Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday.
No, Monday I'm off. What am I going to do tomorrow? Oh my gosh.
Hang out with me.
Yeah. I really wanted to go to the beach, but the weather's looking really ugly.
The weather is kind of nasty right now.
Maybe we can just stay in and finally watch a movie.
Ooh, true. Saltburn?
Hopefully, if Izzy gets her applications in.
Real.
Which she will. She will.
We got hope, faith.
I know she will. She's already 2 down.
Exactly.
5 more to go. That's not that bad. She's working on 3 right now. She's good.
She's doing it. She's doing a thing.
But yeah, so we just started school. Obviously, I said last time I traveled the first week of January, which was hectic in itself. But here we are to update you with stuff that we said we would do in our last podcast and how it's already come into fruition. But before that, I think we should give ourselves a round of applause. Because we finally have been posting on time.
Woo!
And we're doing really good in views. We have like 222 on
I think that's total.
Still
a lot. Still even if it's the more same people than I know.
Even if it's the same person over and over, like I'll take it. You know, any view is a good view. I wanted to, look. Oh, it's upcoming. It's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, today is Sunday, so the
Episode
newest podcast
5
will be out by 2, and that's in like 30 minutes.
Literally 20 minutes. And then what else was I gonna say? There was something else that I was gonna say that I saw. We got 1 play on one of our episodes. We have 76 Spotify impressions.
Ooh.
You know, monetization, we're coming for you.
We got it.
By the end of the semester, we'll be making money off of this.
Real.
I'm putting it out there.
So many requirements.
Yeah. But I'm just proud of us, you know?
Same.
So, yeah.
Don't mind the people in the background.
I guess, like, we talked about New Year's resolutions last time.
Yeah.
How have those been going? Can you change it so I can see the time? Sorry. It trips me up when I see 100 and something.
I mean, I have been eating mainly since I got back. I knew the whole thing was me just being in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Because I came back the Saturday before classes started, and my mom was like, "Why do you need to go back Saturday?" I was like, "Because I just need a day.
Need to reset.
Need to reset everything. Need to get everything like cooked and cleaned and stuff." I was like, plus it's just easier. Usually when I travel, I need like a day.
Yeah.
To just veg out, and I was like, I don't want to do that on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, but yes, eating. Obviously, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Whoop, whoop.
I meal prep a lot, so got all that going. I actually got to cook today because it's Sunday.
Yeah, I do too. I need to like put it into the individual containers.
Yeah. Well, that was my main thing. I mean, I really haven't been eating any carbs. I'm per se not gluten free, but
we'll get into that in a second. Yeah. On that topic, before I forget, I still have like one more like tray of chicken that I need to cook. If you just want to have that for meal prep too, because it's not for the 2 of us. So
sure.
Because it's taking me forever to get through the other chicken.
I see that.
I need to split it somehow.
Yeah. Split it.
Yeah, and I have a lot of seasoned chicken that's in the freezer too. So I have a lot. We both came. No one
talked.
No one coordinated before, so
actually, Izzy and I coordinated.
Well, yeah, but
that's because we were both here.
y'all brought like 2 cartons of eggs between the two of them. Jen brought cartons of eggs. I brought 2 cartons of eggs. So the entire top row of the fridge is eggs.
I have more hard-boiled eggs in my fridge.
Then the entire freezer is racked with like packaged chicken, all packaged meats. They're all in there, and that's chicken and stuff everywhere. And I'm like, guys,
real, and nothing is like organized and anything. And I'm like, can we please?
There's also no way to organize it because it's so packed.
Real.
And like obviously everyone has mini fridges in our rooms, but like the mini fridges ain't gonna do much for the freezer, because the freezer compartment in mini fridges is always like yay big, you know what I mean?
The thing that I have in my mini fridge's freezer is smoothie packs. I
have chicken.
If I didn't have the smoothie packs, I would have some of my meat in there.
Yeah, but
'tis not.
But yeah, so I just had to put that out there before I forgot to tell you later, and before you started meal prepping, that I have chicken that we need to...
Well, I don't know how much of the chicken and beef that I took out is going to last. Probably 3 or 4 days. But I'll also eat the other because I don't cook until Sundays usually.
Yeah. But yeah, continue with your goals though.
That was mainly it. I mainly started eating again.
Yay!
And look, everything goes back to normal when you start eating.
Yep, that is how it works. Yeah. I don't have much room to criticize you though, because I'm the same way. But
real.
But yeah, on my end, New Year's was a little brutal. But that's just because I was like, okay, I'm gonna start the new year fresh. But then we went on our road trip, and our first stop was Memphis. There is no way to do gluten-free in Memphis. Like, no way. Like, no way, because we went to like a southern barbecue, like Cajun style place. That's like supposedly like the best off of Beale Street and stuff like that. And like every plate was like breaded or like bread or carb, and I was like, I can't do it. So I kind of have to give myself some leeway on our road trip, because like some places I was hungry. I wasn't gonna not eat anything. Yeah. Like, oh my god. But this was also because I was mad. I really wanted to go to like Denny's or something, or Waffle House. But there's this like little like restaurant kind of thing, and it said that they were serving breakfast for a while, so we were like, cool, like we'll go there. But we went there and they didn't have breakfast. Like they had just run out, because it was like breakfast was until 11, and we got there like 10:55. Oh. So they're like, no, we're not doing breakfast anymore. And so I was like, oh, okay. No. And I told Joey that I really wanted breakfast. And he's like, oh, well, we're already here, so we'll just eat something here. And I was like, so could I have like not done something gluten-free and just eaten like perfectly fine? I could have, but I was mad because I wanted breakfast. Like I was in the mood for breakfast. So all I got was a baked potato with cheddar cheese on it.
Your baked potato.
And it was cooked, like it was okay, but like it was too much. It was like they put too much cheese on it and too much butter, and like the bottom part of it was cooked weird. I was just mad. And so I was just like, and he's like, oh, do you want to eat? Like, I feel bad. Do you want to go to like Waffle House or something? And I was like, no, because what the heck?
Not
like,
anymore.
We could have gone, but now I'm baked potatoed. And I'm upset. But whatever. But other than that, I did pretty good. But once I got to Tampa, for sure, gluten-free. I haven't eaten gluten since we got here. Yeah. And it's kind of hard, especially when I'm like, ooh, a snack. And then I'm like,
it's not gluten-free.
Yeah. Or like, I'm not doing like candy and stuff like that. So, yeah. Like, I'll allow myself like dark chocolate if it's there. But even that, like, it's not like I'm looking for it. Yeah. But like this morning, Izzy got chocolate chips, and I was like, ooh, like let me grab one. And I was about to pop it in my mouth, and I was like, wait, is this dark chocolate? And she goes, no, it's milk chocolate. And I put it back, and I was like, Oh, sorry, I accidentally muted myself. But I'd say in the food department, I've been doing pretty good. I think I'm also doing well because my mom cooked like a bunch of food for me, so that's just like what I've been eating. But now like I have to prep stuff for this upcoming week, so that's where my problem comes in. But obviously, now that I know that Monday's off, like that also gives me Monday to work on it. Yeah. Which is good. But what's it called? Working out. I haven't done that yet.
Well, I also haven't done that, but I have a predicament. Oh, Speak of the devil. Not the devil.
Mom, I'm gonna have to call you.
Her ears were
back
ringing.
Literally, her ears were ringing. Hi, Mom. Thanks for calling me, but I can't talk to you right now because we're filming our episode. Custom. Hold on. Okay, just don't send my mom a custom message, I guess.
But as I was saying, my key fob for the apartment doesn't work. So I can't get into the gym because for whatever reason they said they would have we needed to register our key fobs like a little while ago, and I guess that now they're finally getting to it, like actually putting in everyone's names, but I guess they have to put in everyone's names manually for whatever reason. And when I went to go inquire about it to make sure it wasn't like on my end, the girl was like, oh, we have like over 700 residents, so she has to put every name in manually, so like it'll be done by like next week. I was like, I was just making sure it wasn't me, guy. Like I just wanted to make sure I didn't need a new fob or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's all I was wondering. And she was like, okay. I was like, appreciate it, but now I can't get into the gym.
Yeah, no, mine's been just more laziness. Okay. Also, the day I started classes, so what, the 8th? Is that the 8th?
Yeah.
The 7th, I traveled back from San Francisco to home, so Jacksonville. But my flight was delayed, so I didn't get home until like 1:30. So I didn't go to bed until like 2, maybe a little later.
Yeah.
Then I woke up at 4, so I could finish packing, and so I could hit the road by 5. So I'm running on like 2 hours of sleep. Get here, drop everything off.
Yeah.
Change.
I know, I saw you.
And book it to class.
Bye.
And then I book it to class, and then I come back because I was exhausted. But I didn't sleep because I'm like, oh my god, I finally see all my roommates. So no sleep, and then went back to class and came back, and then I was like, I'm going to take a nap before we go to chapter. And then I didn't take a nap because I was happy to see my roommates. So I'm not mad about it, but also like, it's just like I was exhausted, and I think getting back into the groove of it is so hard for me. And so I'm like, I need to rest.
Yeah.
But I think starting tomorrow, and I can't make excuses because we have the day off. I'm going to start working out in some way, shape, or form.
Well, if your key fob works, we can go to the gym.
Yeah, that's true. We can try it tomorrow. Yeah, I woke up really early this morning and I was like, I'm going to do a little workout. And then I was like, but this bed is so comfy. So I didn't work out and I stayed in bed.
There was one time when I did work out like once this past week, and it was in my room.
I remember that, yeah.
I was doing leg day anyway, so I was like, I mean, I know how to do leg day by myself, and I did a little circuit, and I went, man, this reminds me of training for soccer and like the weight room, and I was like, this is making me revert back.
Yeah, no, and then not walking to classes, I don't have the energy to do that.
It's also been really cold for a floor.
The weather's been so bipolar, for lack of better words. Like, one day it's freezing in Florida terms, the next day it's like really muggy and rainy, like, and hot,
wet but hot, and it's like, no, you walk out and you're like, ew. Yeah,
I don't even know what to wear every day, but it's just been insane. Oh my god, just because I remembered, because I was thinking of the weather the past few days. So I know I already told you this, but so while over break, my parents helped me clean out my car, and like I got it detailed, and so I took everything that was in my car out, and I was like sorting through it, making sure what was trash, what was in, and stuff like that. And we find this key fob, and my parents are like, what is this key fob? I'm like, I don't know, I've never seen it in my life, like, what's it doing in my car? And they're like, well, it was in your car, so you have to know what the key fob was. And I was like, no, like, I have no idea what this key fob is. Like, maybe it's for like the neighborhood gym. And they're like, no, we already have that card. And I was like, well, then I don't know what the key fob could possibly be for. And they're like, do you use it for anything? I'm like, in what universe would I use a key fob? Like, I'm just a college student. Like, I'm just a girl. I don't use college. Oh. What? I don't use college? I do use college. I don't use key fob. So I'm like, whatever. Like, just keep it, because who knows what it is. And then Tuesday, I'm on my way to work, and I'm like, oh, like, la 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 la, like, make sure I have everything I need for work. And then I'm like, where's my key fob for work? And then I was like, oh, my key fob. So the key fob, I said I have no idea what it is and have never seen it in my life. Did it stop recording?
No.
Are you sure? No. The audio.
No.
Because it keep pausing. Like
no,
that.
It doesn't.
It's oh.
It goes down when you stop speaking.
No, like it's going slow.
Yeah, because...
See? Hello?
It's literally going, Sophia.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's literally going.
Okay. Anywho,
it's
back
the
to my
way
story.
it's zoomed out. That's why it's going slow.
Wow! Okay. I understand now. Sorry. Blonde moment for you. Yeah, so I've been having to park at the dirt lot at my work because I do not have my key fob. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was choking on my words too much, so I had to say it a little staccato to make sure that I could get the sentence out without having to try 17 times.
Yeah. That was mentally where we're both.
Yeah, this is also due to, you know how last week we also both said that our classes are easy, like, this is going to be an easy semester. Guess what?
We put our own foots in our mouths.
I would put my own foot in my mouth right now if, A, that wasn't weird, and B, I don't want my tootsies on camera.
If it would give me an A in my class.
I swear. Let's talk about your classes first. How are your classes looking like they were gonna
be? Well, let's see. Last time I said I have 2 in-person classes and I have 2 online classes. The in-person classes are management problems, and then the other one was buyer behavior. My buyer behavior class right now is online because my professor has some sort of personal issues, so she can't be in class. So she was like, hopefully classes start the 2nd week, probably the 3rd week. I will let you guys know. I was like, great, fantastic. But now she's posting everything online, and I don't want to be behind, but well. But not buyer behavior. The other one that's in person, the management problems course. It's like not hard, but it's also semi-harder because apparently it's one of 2 of my capstone classes that I need to take. And I'm taking 2 capstone classes this semester, which the other one is the strategic behavior and something else. Something else in the name. I was going through that syllabus and doing stuff for that, and I just have to do a bunch of projects and actually go out and do stuff. Like one of the projects is, I'm not complaining about the community service work, I just have to go do it.
Yeah.
I have to physically go do community service.
Well.
And then write a whole paper on it. Like, I wouldn't be mad if the thing was just to submit that you did community service, but now I got to write a whole paper on it.
Luckily, you also live with 3 roommates.
True.
Who are in a sorority and have to do community service.
Yeah, I know.
So you can always join us.
I have to do 15 hours.
Light work.
I think it's the...
Light work.
I think it has to be the same. Same thing.
Hey.
I don't know. I need to look over that.
Help me get my hours too, so I'll join you.
Okay. Then I have to do 2 Tableau projects, which I don't know if you know what Tableau is.
No.
Oh, it's a application. Essentially, you input data and make it look pretty, and then present your findings.
Did you say data?
Yeah.
Do you pronounce data all the time, or do you sometimes use data as well?
I go interchangeably. Data. Sounds like you're saying data. D-A-D-A.
Sorry, that just kind of caught me off guard, because personally I think
data.
The data that you just said should have been pronounced data.
Sorry.
Because I feel like data is like your phone data. And data is like information you input. Sorry. My brain don't work too much today.
There's too much going on.
From the moment I woke up, my brain has been going full. Has been going full speed, nonstop.
Real. Why are they so noisy
I don't
today?
know.
They're being really noisy today.
No, isn't the setting that we have it on?
No.
Whoa.
Anywho, international marketing. I don't have to read as much, thank goodness, because like last semester I had to read like 4 chapters a week, and they were all like a chapter, or no, like 4 to 6 chapters a week, depending on the class, because sometimes it would be 2 chapters, sometimes it would be 1. And I had 6 classes, and like for the classes I had to read the chapters, and I was like, but now I'll have to read 2 chapters, but I also have to go over lectures and everything. I was like,
At least you do your readings. That's good.
yeah.
I never do my readings when I get them assigned.
Well, it's kind of needed when you have chapter quizzes that you can't do anything about.
I use my textbook when I have to do those. Because it's allowed. Because it's allowed. I don't cheat. Just wanted to put that out there.
I was going to say, I think one of my classes, chapter quizzes, is open note. Like, open book. Not book, note. Or the slides are open, too.
That's nice.
I only have those 4. But then I'm also planning on doing a bunch of certifications, because I'm not in an internship or anything. I'm also still doing stuff on the side, which I need to email my mom's coworkers. But that's later date. That's on a Tuesday kind of deal.
Yeah.
But planning on getting a bunch of certifications. I wrote all of them down. Planning on doing all that. I gotta update my little portfolio website at some point. Update what my life has been on. My current project.
You could put this podcast on there.
For real.
All of a sudden you have future employers being like,
you know how to do a podcast?
hey, yo, why this kind of hired?
Fire hire.
You're. Yo. Was that the response he said? Was that? Yo. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just so.
For context, I was talking to a friend of mine who's from New York, and I was saying "your" because I picked it up from his dialect. I think I picked it up from him, honestly. Yeah. And he's like, in New York, obviously he sounds a lot more cool when he says it. So if by chance someone from New York is actually watching this and you're like, you sound dumb, I promise from a native New Yorker it sounded a lot better. But he's like,
Well, I don't know where he is from. New York.
In New York.
Well, huh?
He's from New York.
Yeah, but like, what part? Yeah.
New York. But yeah, it's like "you're," and then you say like "yo."
You're.
But I feel like I sound so silly when I say it.
It's because we're Southern.
Yo.
So how are your classes?
Well, I have 4 classes as well. 3 of them are in person for realsies. And so my first class that I have is my communications capstone, which it's going to be a bit of work, but I'm okay with it because like all the work that we're doing is work to help us with like future employment. So like it's like projects working on our like our headshot, our resume, our CV, our bio. We have to make like a web portfolio, and then like the capstone project that we have to do is like a project that correlates with the field we want to work in, so then we can have like proof in our portfolio of like doing work in that field, you know what I mean? So like for the people who want to go into like sports media or something like that, like she's like, your capstone project, like I want you to work with the sports team and maybe do like a little social media thing with them or something like that, like find ways to incorporate communication into that, so then you can like put it in your portfolio, like I did this project about sports media management for the local high school, and here, look at this, I can do it, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I really like it, and she's really nice. Like, I had her for my intro to comm class, so it's kind of like a full circle moment, but she's like, she wrote down what everyone wants to do for their career, and she's like, this way we can tailor it to each individual person, which is nice, because it's like, that way everyone's doing a project that correlates to what they want to do, instead of just doing like one generic basic case study or something like that, which is nice, but not nice when you don't really know what you're doing with your life at the moment. And then after that, I have my French for Business class, which is pretty cool. It's like with everyone who I've had French classes with for forever, but I think it might be a little easy, because it's like the main thing that we're talking about, at least right now, is like the difference in like customary things between like French people, like in the French culture versus like American culture. But French culture is fairly similar to, it's like a little bit more sophisticated than American culture, with like a Hispanic twang to it. So I feel like it's going to be a little bit easier for me, because it's like some of the stuff I'm like, well, duh, like that's obvious, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty excited for it, because obviously since I want to go work in France, it's good to know how to be a basic functioning human in French society. And then after that, my Wednesday night class, which is for like almost 3 hours, which is the part, is French linguistics, which, mind you, I don't understand linguistics at all. We started talking about the phonetic alphabet, and I was so confused, so lost. You're taking French and making it harder, because you're breaking it down into like the phonetics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we're also going to be studying French from like medieval French, like early old French, like Shakespearean type of French, to like modern day French. So a little concerned about that, but also like I'm feeling okay, because like our teacher is from Wisconsin, like she's American and taught herself French. Wisconsin. So like that, like I'm like, okay, like it gives me hope, because I'm like, okay, if this lady who's now a professor can go from like not speaking a lick of French to being a full-on French professor, like that gives me hope for me in the future. Also, it's like a class where it's like grad school students mixed with undergrad students.
Okay.
And in my experience with those classes, it's sometimes a little bit easier in a way, because you have people who are more experienced kind of helping you, which is nice. And then also, like, I'm hoping since it's a later class, it'll be easier. But something that I like about her class is, like, I hate textbooks. Like, anyone who knows me knows I hate textbooks. I don't read them, like I just said, and everything like that. But it's just, I don't like textbooks because I don't like reading them, you know what I mean? Like, they're too tiring. Like, I just feel like I don't really digest the information if it's just like, oh, just read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like the way this teacher does it, because she does a thing where it's like, we have weekly chapter quizzes, but it's open notes. So, and we have to do them before class. So I kind of like that, because since it's open notes, like I can read while I'm taking the quiz, but then I'll actually be like retaining what I'm reading, because I have to answer questions about it, which I like, because usually, like, in my experience, like when teachers make you just read, it's just like, just read so we can have this discussion. And like, if I read a synopsis on Google, like, I'm fine to do, you know, and after hearing like 2 people's responses, I get more of an idea of what the documentary was about or what the reading was about, to where I can make it seem like I read what I didn't read or watch what I didn't watch. Yeah. So I think this way, like, I'll actually, you know, digest what I'm looking at and everything, which is nice. I'm excited. And then my intercultural communications classes is online. That's okay. I've taken a class like that, but the only thing that makes me upset about that class is, like, she only releases it, like, week by week.
Oh my gosh, I hate classes like that.
I like doing online classes so I can, like, work ahead, but I can't work ahead because she doesn't release it. So that kind of sucks, but whatever.
I know what you mean, because, like, sometimes I get, like, a spurt of energy and just want to do everything all at once. All at once, and then sometimes I'll have, like, no energy. I can barely do the 2 classes.
Exactly, yeah. And then on top of that, I'm studying for my CLEP exam right now, which I'm taking the 28th, but I need to keep studying. But the thing with that is, like, I'm not allowed to do it on my Mac, because They just don't partner with Mac software. And my friend's letting me use her her computer for it, which is Microsoft, which I'm really thankful for. But the thing is like, I tried setting up my account and like selecting a test date, but it won't let me do it because I'm on my Mac.
Ugh.
So I need to ask her if I can borrow her laptop sometime this week to just set up my account so that I can be ready for the 28th.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, but I have 2 weeks to study. I think I'll be okay. I also get my test results like the day of.
That's good.
Like literally right after I finish submitting it, I get my result, and I need a 50.
Oh. That's possible.
Yeah. So I'm feeling okay about it. I just need to study a little more. I got like, because they had like the option to like buy like a test prep booklet for like $10. So I just bought it because I'm like, it's $10. Like, it's nothing. You know what I mean?
That's not that bad.
So I'm just like tweaking, like biting at it every few. Huh?
Today's economy.
Yeah, but you know, I just need to get that laptop so I can schedule my exam so I can take it. But I'm like nervous, but at the same time I'm like not nervous in a way. But I'm really hoping I can just take it this one time and be done with it, because it's 60 questions, 90 minutes. And I used to be really good at taking exams.
Yeah.
So hopefully it goes well. And it makes me happy that they send me the results right away. So then I know like what in the off chance that I might have to retake it, like I can schedule it, and I also know like what I'll need to work on. Yeah. To take it. And I'll have more time to study.
Is there a certain amount of times you can take it?
You're only allowed to take it every 3 months. Which is what sucks. Which is why I wanted to take it in January, because then I'd be able to take it April, like end of April.
True.
Like right before graduation. But yeah, so like I said, I'm hoping I'll be fine, because like I've been like low key like doing like a problem here and there like since like November.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'll be fine, but I don't know. I just need to remember all the concepts, I think.
I think you'll be fine. I mean,
so I don't want to take it again.
It's basic algebra.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Those are classes. I mean, the last thing I said. What did I do after New Year's? We did New Year's. My New Year's was very tame. We just hung out with my neighbors. Actually, because it was just me, my parents, and then my friends' parents. Like, we're my childhood, like, friends' parents. And we were really just, like, watching TV. And then at some point, we put on Elvis, and we were watching Elvis till, like, 11:30. And then we put on, like, all the New Year's Eve, like, shows. Not shows, but, like, the,
news.
Like, not forecast.
News.
Yeah, news.
Shows.
Yeah. And then celebrated, and then my phone was about to die. So I was like, Happy New Year's, everyone. I'm leaving. Because, I mean, I was only, per se, kid there. Young adult. So I was like, I'm gonna head over. Yeah. They're like, all right, have a good time. Plus, I don't really like champagne that much. Or at least the fancy champagne, because it's always so dry, in my opinion, and everything. So I was like, They're like, you can dump it out. I went, thank you. I'll take the sip for the, New Year's. So very tame. And then the third, had the little party with my family for mine and my cousins, because my cousin's birthday is the 5th and mine is the 30th of December. So why are you wiggling your toes?
Sorry, I'm seeing it in the camera. It was distracting me, and it was mesmerizing to watch. Sorry.
I caught up with all my cousins, which was nice. My one cousin, he couldn't get off, but he stopped by because he works at a Publix that's like right next to where he lives, and because they all live like a street off from each other. Took a celebratory shot with 2 of my cousins, which was really, I won't say weird, just I don't hang out with one of my cousins that often, so I was like, whoa.
Hello.
Hi. They were trying to get me to take. They took a random bottle out of my aunt and uncle's pantry, but it wasn't. It was a. I say random. It was one of the ones that they don't typically drink. Mm-hmm. So I want to say Rumplemints for some reason. It wasn't Rumplemints. It was clear. I think it was. I want to say Everclear. It might have been Everclear, but I know how that tasted. And I was like, And my cousin had recently got this espresso vodka called Van Gogh, and it's honestly really good. I was like, I'm gonna take that.
I'm gonna stick to this.
I'm gonna stick to that. They're like, no, Everclear. I was like, no.
No, I'm okay, actually.
The last time that happened. Nasty. That was fun. That's where we got the strawberry shortcake from. Because we got a birthday cake for... I usually get a birthday cake pretty much for my cousin because I really don't care for birthday cakes. I mean, like, I do, but I don't. Mm-hmm. They're good, but I'm not going to eat, like, a whole hearty slice. I'm just going to eat some of it. Mm-hmm. And so my cousin really likes strawberry cake, so it was either, like, a really, like, strawberry frosting and thing from this bakery called Sonati's. That's a bakery in Jack's Beach, which they always have good food and bakery items, but we were like, that's a lot of strawberry. Mm-hmm. Like, we need to differentiate. And we had gotten cake for my mom's friend's birthday from this bakery in downtown St. Augustine called Creme de la Coco, and it was so good.
They were still closed, though.
When we went, she went a different day.
Weren't they? Oh, but they were closed until the 2nd.
We went for my birthday to get a cake for my birthday, but
they were closed until like the 2nd.
They were closed. Yeah, they were closed from like Christmas till after New Year's. And then my mom went, I want to say the 2nd, and got it. And it was like a strawberry shortcake cake. It was so good. My mom got like a 12-inch cake. It was massive.
The strawberry shortcake looks so good.
Massive.
I really wanted a piece.
But it was massive.
It looked delicious.
It was delicious too. It was definitely worth $80. You say $80 for a cake, but it was so big. My mom was like, I think I may have gotten too big of a cake, and I go, huh?
You think?
And I look in the fridge, I go, jeez. There's no way we're all going to finish this, which surprisingly, we finished like a good amount of it at the party, and then we cut it in half, and the half stayed with my aunt and uncle and cousin, and then we brought the other half home, and then essentially my mom cut that in half, and then gave me half of it to take here. Yeah,
that wasn't that big of a piece.
That's because there was 2 containers of it.
Oh. Never mind.
Izzy and I ate the rest before everyone got back.
Okay.
Because I brought pastries back, because my mom also gave me this other pastry she got from Trader Joe's. And it was really good. But I said, because I got back on Saturday, so I made it Sunday morning, because I was like, Izzy, we need to get rid of all the sweets in this place. Because we're all going at least a little bit. Like, no more sweet treats.
Limiting the sweet treats.
Yeah, limiting the sweet treats every once in a while. And
some Izzy was like, going, well, like, no sweet treat.
Izzy was like, well, sweet treat every once in a while. And I go, no sweet treat. Sweet treat every once in a while turns into sweet treat every other week, and then every week, and then
yeah,
it's a downfall.
I said if I'm really, really, really craving a sweet treat, which I haven't really been, I'll go with frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
But like, literally just putting like strawberries on that and dark chocolate chip.
Real. I mean, I have some candy from Christmas because, I mean, that's what my mom puts in our stocking. But I haven't eaten it, and if I really want it, I'll just have like one. I don't like indulge in it. I really don't like candy that much, or like, I like sweetness, but also if you don't have sweetness for a while, you don't really crave it.
I have a terrible sweet tooth.
I also have a sweet tooth, but I try not to.
Every time after I eat, I'm like,
I had something
sweet
savory,
time.
Now it's sweet.
Yeah, no, but I've been like, no sweet treat.
No sweet treat. The 3rd was the birthday party. I mean, that Thursday, that was my last day for work. Woot woot.
Whoop whoop.
Then then I came back on Saturday, which Izzy and I were having a field day.
Really?
Just like by ourselves. We could not stop laughing that entire day.
Have fun without me.
Sorry. But
Classic.
it was just so, we kept making so many jokes. And now now we have an inside, I mean, you're on the inside joke.
Yeah, now I'm in on it.
Mirror. Cannot do it.
Silly Billy caveman activities.
Real. I'm just slowly turning into a caveman.
Lindsay, sometimes you have to speak to her in very small sentences that sound very caveman-like. Because sometimes she looks at you like she don't understand what you're saying. So then it's like, kitchen, dinner, yum? And then she's like, yes. It's like, yay.
No, I understand. It's just taking me a moment to process all the words that were just said. And then also I speak almost caveman-like because sometimes I can't articulate well. What is in my thoughts. Like, I made a joke in my head, but I couldn't articulate it, so I was just laughing to myself. And they're like, why are you laughing? I went, I have a joke, but I can't articulate it, so it's in my head.
Yep. And then you just laugh along.
I think I said it, though.
But yeah. No, for me, like I said, I did the road trip out to San Francisco, which was a lot of fun. I actually really, really liked San Francisco. It was pretty, embarrassingly enough, found out that Alcatraz, because we went to Alcatraz, Alcatraz, in fact, does not still have prisoners, and it, in fact, hasn't for very, very, very many years, since, like, 30s or something like that. But I think that's less embarrassing than the fact that my boss thought that Alcatraz was the island that's really famous in New York.
Wait.
Like Ellis Island.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I thought that was that one island in New York, but weren't you in San Francisco? I'm like, yes. He's like, Alcatraz is an island in New York. And I was like,
it's not.
No. So in my head, my miss-up of thinking that Alcatraz still had prisoners is less than having it geographically incorrect. It might not be true, but that is what I'm telling myself to make myself feel better. But the way we came upon this realization is Joey and I were able to snag some tickets because usually you have to like book out like 4 weeks or more in advance. But we just managed to find some. And he's like, man, I can't wait to see the island because it's like the Call of Duty map or whatever. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we're not going to be able to get onto the island. And he's like, yes, we are. And I was like, no, like, are you crazy? Like, they won't let us do that. And he's like, why wouldn't they? And I was like, because they still have the prisoners there. And he's like, are you for real?
Don't be for real right now.
And I was like, yeah, like, the prisoners are still there. And he's like, oh my, like, no, like, they haven't been there for, like, years. And I was like, oh. And then obviously I realized that they no longer go there. But, yeah, not my brightest light bulb moment, but...
I don't know what's more embarrassing. Not knowing it geographically or not knowing they don't take prisoners no more.
Personally, I think geographically...
I don't know if it's because my mom watches the History Channel, so I just automatically knew.
I think it's geography because it's like... That's like saying like you didn't know the Golden Gate Bridge was in San Francisco. And you thought it was in Texas. You know?
I feel like it's
it's a landmark that's known for being in San Francisco.
Yeah, but that's a man-made landmark, while Ellis Island and Alcatraz are islands that were already there.
Yeah, but they have
it's like
man-made
mixing
purposes.
Up which city you're going to.
How do you mess that up?
Or not going to, but like when you're saying, oh, this city, and someone's like, oh, is that some here? And they're like, no, it's over here.
If it wasn't as popular, then yes, I could see what you're saying. But Ellis Island and Alcatraz are two very famous islands. That's like saying like, oh, I thought that was that one island in Hawaii.
To be quite frank, I didn't know what Ellis Island was until I started watching ghost videos.
How?
Because, do you mean how?
Ellis Island as an island where all immigrants came through back in the day?
I learned that when I was younger, but I don't frequently think about it. Alcatraz is more famous than Ellis Island.
But still, like they're both famous islands. I feel like that's like, well, you're gonna discredit this one too, but like saying like you thought the Grand Canyon was like in Utah or in Georgia, but it's not.
If someone thought the Grand Canyon was in Georgia, they're just stupid.
Fine, then we can go with the Utah example. But like it's like, you know, Arizona is known for having the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
California / San Francisco is known for having Alcatraz.
Yeah. I don't know. You can't fix stupid.
Me, on the other hand, was a simple, silly mistake. Just a mix up in dates in history by a few
can't fix
decades.
Stupid. With geography. But I also suck at geography. You want to know what cracks me up?
So, you know, me, on the other hand, I'm really good at geography, so...
You want to know what cracks me up? The Europeans that don't know how big the United States is.
Yeah.
Or someone not from the U.S. not realizing how big the U.S. is.
And I always laugh about that because I always tell people, and a very embarrassing fact about myself, is that when I was in 9th grade, like when I was a freshman in high school, I was in AP Human Geography, and something we had to do was we had to take geography tests. And so our teacher would split it up into like geography continents. So it was like, well, we did United States and Canada, and then we did South America, like Asia, like all this stuff. And like I said, I'm fairly good at geography, but the geography I could never get is U.S. geography because in kindergarten, whatever age you learn that in, my teacher stopped teaching it halfway through the year for like no reason. Or like I missed a day when she finished teaching the rest of the states, so I just never got it. So the one test that I failed for geography was U.S. geography. All the other tests, I got a perfect score. Like I got 100% on all the other tests. And people always tell me like, Sophia, you live in the United States. How do you get it wrong? And I'm like, you have to realize like...
First of all, there's 50 states in the United States.
I thought there was 51 for the longest time.
I have no
like words. I don't know. I swear this is my personal Mandela effect that I could have sworn growing up I was told there was 51 states. No idea why. Where did I get that number? No idea. But for the longest time I'd always have to double check because I'm like, no, like I swear there's 51, but no, it's just 50.
I know in some history books, but this is not till like later on, that I will say like, oh, there's 50 states in the U.S., but there's also territories. But
it was never counting the territories. Because if I was counting the territories, it'd be a lot more than 51.
Yeah. But a lot of people only count, for whatever reason, Puerto Rico as the territory.
Yeah, no, I don't know where I got 51. It's like my Pluto, you know? Nine planets, 51 states.
But it really cracks me up when I recently got a lot of TikToks about it. About how I got a TikTok about one girl talking about how she used to work at like Disney or something, and I guess they would help like schedule excursions like outside of Disney and stuff, like a travel agent almost. And they're like, okay, so like what's your plan, like talking to these people from out of the US, and they're like, oh, so we plan to go to see the Statue of Liberty and then head over to the Grand Canyons and then somewhere along the way hit some other landmark or whatever. And the lady was like,
how many days did they want to do this in?
Like a week. The lady was like, do you know where those are? And they're like, yeah, the US. And she's like,
the US?
You realize it takes like, well, it took us
2 days to get up all the way?
Yeah, 2 days to get to Vermont. So
it took us a week to get to San Francisco.
Exactly.
What was that? Like a little less than a week to get to... No, it took us 5 days to get to San Francisco. It took us 4 days to get to the Grand Canyon.
Exactly.
And that's us driving fast. Like,
exactly.
12 hours, like almost
and
nonstop.
they're like, oh, are you flying? And they're like, no, we're driving. And they're like, that's not possible.
We also don't do high-speed trains, so...
Yeah. But also, if you think about it, because I also saw another thing. Someone was talking about how when they go do shows in, like, Europe or, like, England or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
apparently one guy was talking about how he got invited to do, like, a gig up for whatever reason in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was because the guy that was supposed to do it, like, couldn't be bothered to, like, drive or like sit on a train or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know how long the train ride was? 45 minutes.
What?
The guy could not be bothered to sit on a train for 45 minutes. Meanwhile, here, I'm driving 3 hours back home to go visit my dog.
Bruh, no, that was something that I always get into predicaments with while I was in London while talking to people. Is like, they'd be like, oh, like, I hate driving. Like, I had to do such a long drive of, like, 2 hours. And I'm like, 2 hours?
It takes...
That's a day trip. Like,
it takes, like, from the top of Florida all the way to Miami. I'm pretty sure it's, like, 9 hours.
top of Florida. Like, are we talking, like, Jacksonville? Or, like, further north?
Do I want to say Tallahassee or Jacksonville? Technically, if you left from Tallahassee, it would take longer.
Yeah, because if we're talking...
Because you're going...
Like, from where we live, like, where I live, it's only, like, 5 hours.
Yeah, to Miami.
Which isn't... Like, from my house to, like, the tip of Florida, like, the Keys, like, Key West, it's...
From my house to Miami is 5 hours. It's another, like, hour or two to get all the way to Key West.
No, it's more than that. It's like a 9-hour trip to get all the way to the Keys.
Maybe I'm thinking Key Largo. Because that's where the last place we visited.
I'm pretty sure it's like 9 hours. Let's look it up. Let me fact check.
I know from my house to Miami is 5 hours.
How long does it take to get from the most north part of Florida to the most southern part of Florida?
But that's also not the tip of Florida. That's just Miami.
It takes like 8 to 10 hours.
To the Keys?
From the northernmost point of Florida to the southernmost point of Florida is approximately
Key West.
500 miles.
Yeah.
And it could take from like 10 hours.
Yeah. So I was right. Because I said 9 hours initially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that stuff, like, I'm like, oh, 5 hours, like, 3 hours, okay, that's a weekend trip. 2 hours, that's a day trip, like.
Yeah.
We've done Gainesville in one day, like, 2 hours there and 2 hours back. Yeah. But there in London, they're like, oh, no, like.
Could never.
I don't know how you guys are doing these weekend trips. And I'm like, it's a train ride for an hour to go to, like, Cardiff or something like that.
That's
and
not
then
bad.
I'm just like, tour around and then an hour train ride back. Also, a train ride. I just sit there, do nothing.
Exactly.
And I can get food ordered to me while I'm on the train and everything.
Exactly.
And they're like, no.
Train
and I'm
rides.
like, hello.
If there were trains in the U.S., I think I'd travel more.
Oh, yeah. I'd be all over the U.S.
I think I'd be... I don't know where I'd be.
It's like planes. Like, planes, if it's like an hour plane ride, I'm like, bet. That sounds nice. And if it's cheap, bet.
Real.
But people are like, oh, no, like, more than a 45-minute plane ride. Like, that's crazy. And I'm like, huh? What? That's a short plane ride. That's not even a full, like, episode of, like, a Netflix show.
Yeah. How can you sit down and watch an hour-long episode and then complain about an hour-long drive?
I don't know.
Or hour-long train ride?
I don't know. Yeah, but that's also just, I love traveling, so...
I wish there were trains here.
I wish we had more public transportation. That's something I loved about San Francisco, is they have something called the BART, and it's, like, their public transportation.
Yeah.
And, like, it's, like, for the main, like, downtown part of, like, San Francisco, but it's really
buses.
nice and really easy. Not the buses here in Tampa.
There's a new train thing going
Florida's starting to have a train.
From, I think, is it going up the coast, west coast? Where does it start? Miami? No. I know it goes in Orlando.
The East Coast?
Huh?
The East Coast?
I thought it was going through, like, it's, Orlando, Tampa.
It's, like, because I know the one you're talking about, because it's the one that Jade took to get, like, she takes when she goes to New York. It's from Miami, then it goes to, like, Tampa, then back to Orlando, up through Jacksonville, and then just, like, all the way up until you get to New York to train.
Yeah.
But it takes, like, forever.
Yeah. I think my brother took that to South Carolina.
But, yeah.
For his ex.
I like...
That was high school, though.
Trains and public transportation, but... Unfortunately, it's probably just not going to happen in the United States because they just get so much more money not having public transportation. So...
What if they got so much more money doing public transportation?
No.
I know.
No, because gas. But,
gas.
Yeah.
Real.
I mean, here we go into our second week of the semester. Hopefully it goes well, you know?
I just don't want to do these projects. That's
Real.
it. I just kind of wanted to coast, but now I can't coast.
I thought it was going to be an easy semester, but no.
Like a easy quick little semester. Not too easy, not too quick. Well, obviously not quick. It was going to be 5 months.
Yeah.
But not too easy. My brain already hurts. I had stuff due the first week. That wasn't syllabus quizzes.
Really?
I went... Yeah, I had a module 1 quiz due and then a chapter 1 quiz due. Woo!
Yeah, it's just been like syllabus quizzes for me. So nothing too crazy. What?
That one song.
Okay.
All by myself.
Why are you singing it?
That's the first song that popped into my head.
Where's he from? Tampa.
1906. Oh.
Frat founding year.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, no. Just trying to see where he's from, but his back is turning. But yeah, I don't think we really have anything else to say.
We'll update it week by week with what we got done.
As always, if you have anything you want us to talk about, let us know.
Please.
Other than, if you're tired of listening to us talk about our own lives and want to hear something else, let us know.
Current events? Maybe. Well.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Stupid current events.
Silly current events.
Silly Billy.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think our episode is done. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I also have to get ready for my event.
It's 2:30.
Yeah, it's at 4:30. So I have to leave at like 4.
Real.
Anywho, thanks for watching and tuning in yet again. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, still like and subscribe. We are on all major streaming platforms for our podcast, so you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more. If you ever have any issues with the links, just let us know. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post these videos as well. And we are on all social medias, even though we mainly only post on Instagram.
Don't worry, we're there.
We're there.
We haven't gotten there.
Too active. But new episodes come out every Sunday at 2.
Yep.
Eastern time. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And see y'all next week. Happy MLK Day.
Happy MLK Day.
Boom.